Good morning, my friends. How are you doing? Awesome, right? Oh, I'm sure you're having awesome, great, positive, happy, healthy days. Okay? Here's Goiana Ferreira from Florida, United States, the headquarters of the Clean Water and Peace Organization. I'm the international director. How is that? How is that? Great? Yes, great, my friend. So please come and join us. Do everything you can to register with us and be one of the 10 department directors for your school, for your company, right? If it's a positive company, you're gonna need producers of all types, right? That's approved, okay? All right, let's get ready, my friends. Please subscribe right now and share every day. Please help us 1 hour every single day to share with schools, with universities, educational sites, adult education, preschools, all the schools of all types, even language schools. Why is that? Because they have to transform their school, because if they already receive adults there or children, they can see what will be most appropriate. They can already move to a better location. If they have that license, it will be easier for them to renew license in something else in the area of education. Instead of teaching different language, they can teach English to adults or apply for one of the other educational sites that we have. So please share every single day, work for 1 hour or two if you have time, right? Okay, so share. The other thing is that because we're focusing now on educational sites, right? So you have to share at your country and at other countries as well. So the best is Waldorf schools. So reach them all, make a list in your country and make a list of what is related to your name. So you get your first letter of your first name, so whichever it is, and you're gonna share. So if you have 1 hour, 2 hours, you're gonna share half time for your own country and half time for other countries. So that's a good idea, the first letter of your first name. If it's not enough countries on that, you go to the following letter, right? Or even two following letters, right? And if you get to the end of our alphabet, you go to the A, to the B, and so on, okay? And why Waldorf schools? Because they already have many sustainable practices, really great sustainable practices. They already have this common sense of working together, working united, working as a community. They have this sense. You know, the teachers make decisions together. The teachers make decisions together. So there are all many awesome points in Waldorf schools and Waldorf inspired schools as well. Yes, they have. They're not perfect. No, they're not. They need many improvement. Yes, with the peace program, but they're based because they have all these things. They use cotton clothes. You know, with exception of winter clothes, sweaters and things, they use cotton clothes. They don't use words and they don't give value to logos, you know, like brand names, expensive names, all of that, you know, in different ways. That's the base of it. They give value to natural toys. They don't give computers and video games, you know. Some families sometimes do at home. But the real Waldorf families, they don't give media to children, not computers, not laptops, not cell phones, nothing of these electronics, right? So they're the base of our work. Reach them because they are going to reach their families, right? And their family is going to reach their neighbors, their friends, because that's a good base to start. And also university. Why university? Because the university are the ones that should know the most, right? Should know the most. And which university you're going to focus? Focus on the ones that have natural medicine, right? For example, natural clinics, you can reach them too, okay? because that is people that already have a sense of being sustainable, right? Because we don't want to focus on people that have medicine based on allopathic medicine. We need to have the ones that are focused, they're focused on natural and positive sustainable practices. So in your seed, you're gonna see each person receiving those emails, those videos, gonna focus on their seed, their country, in other countries as well. When they're looking online, okay, so they have 10, 20, 40 options. For each country, imagine how many universities are there. So just make a good search. You can put the words natural medicine, you can put the words natural medicine is a very good one, because then they have all the healing methods, Chinese, Japanese, Indian methods, different ways, so to reach those people that already have these good concepts. And then everyone gonna be sharing with their families and with their neighbors, their friends, co-workers, and then spread out this way, okay? Because they're going, all of us, we're also gonna be sharing on social media, right? And social media, who we have? Usually we have people that have the same concepts as we do. Positive people, right, that give good value to natural and sustainable practices. And some countries also have this concept of giving natural things to their children instead of always going to the doctor. Oh, I got a cold. Oh, got this, got that, such as Brazil. We don't even have chicken pox vaccine there. Because we are healthy, we're strong, people get, and some things boost immune system, some others don't. But I'm just giving some ideas. Oh, have a headache. United States, people go buy a pill, right? Allopathic pill that's bad for the liver and so on. They get addictive to these things. But countries like Brazil, oh, make a tea, drink more water. They're going to figure out what's that headache from, right? And also, so you're going to see the best with the time that you have each day. What's the best from your country, such as restaurant. You're going to choose, of course, restaurants that sell natural food, right? If you have a friend or someone, or if you're going to share the owners, what you're going to do, or visit those sites. Like in Brazil, we have some lot of natural clinics, natural pharmacies, everything with natural herbs, natural products, okay? So you're going to, with the time you have, you're going to do the best search as possible. And for universities, you're going to focus on those that have natural medicine and other, education, other things, that's fine, and share the most as possible. Get their emails, because on the following day, you can keep sharing the different emails you're going to send to them, right? You can choose the one I said, like 10 sentences, and under each you're going to put 10 links, so this way you're going to motivate them to share their families, because we need this piloting plan in Florida and in Brazil to start going. So please, my friends, subscribe right now and give your donation. If you have extra, of course, you cannot use a credit card, but if you have a debit card, if you have extra money, please make a donation. We have to purchase land or have donations. Here in Florida, for a new land, for a piece of schools, we need 2 of each educational site in Florida and in Brazil, a state that we're going to choose. Okay? So please make a donation. You can use money transfer, Western Union, MoneyGram, Walmart to Walmart, and PayPal. That's the ways we are using right now. And if you come in person, we can slide a card. It's forbidden to slide credit card. We can only accept cards slide using our debit card. People can use their debit card, okay? Sliding cards for those that are in person, doing activities in person, okay? Let's do fundraising events, my friends. Please invite your family, your friends, your neighbors and co-workers. Go to a park, set up a day, do a potluck lunch, have games in the morning like Saturday or Sunday morning. Gonna have fun, lots of games, fun time, everything positive. Give them a few ideas about respectful dress code and invite other parents to offer some games so you won't be busy all the time, so you can also have time to talk, and people donate how much they can, right? You can accept checks, you can accept money orders, all that is okay. Cash, you can accept that and deposit, because we need to start to have this going, this piloting plan on these two countries. Okay? And as soon as we have everything for these two countries, we're going to start helping others. But for now, we need to start on these two countries. So 2 preschools, 2 schools, 2 adult educations, 2 universities, right? 2 new lands, residential communities, 2 commercial sites, everything. Okay? All right, my friends, I see you soon. Okay, so here we have updates for parents, right? Bringing children back to school, for educational site owners, principals, okay? For all educational sites, because university and adult education also need proper uniform, right? And have proper dress code, be polite, be respectful to the clothes we use, okay? And it's also updates for producers, making all this clothing, okay, for school. And I gave a few other things for home as well, right? Such as some ideas for pajamas, some ideas for bathing suits and shorts and things like that. Okay, so the producers will be since the cotton production until fabric production, clothes production, and people selling them. Okay, all right, so we're really organized, and for us to make our handbooks. Okay, so I really appreciate your cooperation, and here are the updates. I talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Okay, my friends, we have 2 mini videos. That one is about the shoes that I repeated here so the producers can have an idea. And the other one is about shaking clothes. That's a half shake and a complete shake after washing, right? So where we're gonna do it and to be clean. Outside is always good. I was not clear about that. Outside we can do half shake, a whole shake, but inside the house we have to be careful with our walls, so they don't have to be painted often. Hi, my friends, how are you doing? Okay, so here we have 2 vans. I'm just going to say a few words about them and how we need to have ours, okay? All right, so the first thing is this metal thing that they're not needed. What we are going to do the best is this one. You see here, it has extra sewing piece all along, you see, and no metal rings are needed there. Okay, the other difference is how many loops we need, right, for the string to pass. So this is the best one, about 5 or 6, enough, okay, or 4. Let's do 4 or 6, okay? If someone has one, show me, because then we're gonna have established. So for all countries to be the same, because maybe we don't even need 6, maybe 4 would be enough. All right, we really don't need that many. That's waste of material. It's really not needed, okay? All right, the other thing is this part needs to be very strong, okay? So inside or outside need to have an extra piece sewed to it, because here, we don't want that part to have an opening, right? Cut from people nails, because some people nails grow a little upwards, so they will last really, really forever. Okay? All right, so now let's talk about this cushioning. This cushioning is needed because it's really important, so we don't have anyone hurt themselves, right? You see this one here, because for some people work, but for some people does not work. This one here without the cushioning, all right? The other difference, let's talk a little bit about this plastic, okay? So that will be about the same for both, very strong and bendable. You see, both of them are very bendable. That's very important. It's safe. It's good for walking, good for running, okay? All right, so now I'm going to give you an example of both together. Okay, the front will be reasonable, never too narrow, okay? But we can have two types, one extra wide, that's fine, and one narrow, right? Because we don't want people, because some people really have narrow feet, and we don't want them to be too wobbly, you know, for their size. So we are going to have both, you know, extra wide right here, right? And regular. All right. So let's talk about the height. I'm going to put the camera like this so you can see. All right. So if I lift a little bit like that, you see here? You see how much material is not needed here? That's why they need so many loops. So if we do the sewing like this, you know, it will be fine to have just a few loops. And you see, look, it's about 2 centimeters extra on this one. That's not needed, you see? And it's also way too high, it's not needed. Because if we have a little lower, it will be comfortable for everyone. We have the cushioning already, so for everyone's feet will work well, okay? So the other thing is this part, you know? This is softer and this is a little harder. For this part, I really don't know. But the harder one is still bendable, you see? Okay, so that is what we're not going to have. We're not going to have logo for anyone. And you see here how it's bent out? We don't need that. I think it's how they put the machine over, you know, and press it just to look cool. But this one does not have, you see, we don't need. And we're not going to have logos anyway. Everything gonna be a piece product, everything, okay? So the company where they're coming from and this and that gonna be in a little piece of paper, right? Because for now, during the 28 weeks, the countries that already have machines gonna produce and serve everyone, right? Shoes is something that we need along the years, okay? So, but it's very important to have these basic things I just told you, all right? Okay, we give you more updates for Peace products. Okay, register with us, dear business owners. Thank you for your attention, and I see you soon. Okay, my friends, so here we're going to say some words about school uniform, all right? So it's very important. You're going to use the ones you have from last year, you know, it's very important. Now everyone is going back to school, you know, the North Hemisphere, people are going back for the new school year. And on the South Hemisphere, gonna go back for the second semester of school in August. All right. So here we have a very reasonable price, $5. You know, it's from Walmart, but you're gonna purchase the one you have. The main thing, buy strong colors such as royal blue, dark green, dark brown, red, dark red, you know, because we don't want the clothes to stain, such as no whites and no clear blue, not for school, because at the school they need to play, they need to have fun. They cannot be worried that they're going to stain their clothes, all right? Okay, so here it's another red one, you see? So they're very good. School uniform, they have a strong color, because some countries don't do that well. Some companies make them look nice, but they get very bad soon. So this is a good one. I've been purchasing for a few years, at Walmart here. Wonder Nation. All right. So the price is good, and it's almost a half, cotton and synthetic fiber. All right. So it's mandatory for everyone, all grades to have that. Why? Because they last much longer, so they are very important even for preschool students, because they last forever. Little children that chew, their collar a little bit until they start getting sun, because some, they have their gums itch, their teeth are growing, some others because they have worms, some even children, older children, still chewing their shirt because they have worms in their belly, right? So collar shirts from preschool until 14th grade. We're all going to have 14 grades in all countries. Okay, so make sure you purchase good collar, that won't be bad soon. Only 2 buttons and no more buttons here. These buttons are the ones I talked about, because it's good, if it's cold, they close, if it's hot, they can open, but no more is needed, okay? And nothing underneath, no pocket, nothing of that. And they have to be long enough to cover their hip, right? Because it's a school, they have to focus, right? And to cover their hip, I think it's really reasonable. I'm thinking about when they're gonna be dressing in blazer suits for special occasions, special events only. All right? Okay, so here it is, my friends. Now, let me talk about a good sweater. They do have sleeves. They can have 2 buttons, but not buttons all the way like this one, because they're not needed, right? So they're gonna be slides on, right? Sweaters that slide with strong collar, like this one. No pockets are needed, okay? No pockets are needed. So this is the one I found, because they see here is too strong until we have our own school, right? Our own PC schools. But anyways, all right. The collar gonna be like that. No buttons are needed. Nothing of that is needed. Okay. Oh, actually, sorry. Yeah, it's a good idea because they can fold. No, it's not needed because they can slide up. Yeah, we are not going to have any of that's needed. No buttons needed for school. If it's a little hot, they slide up. Like a cold day, work in the garden, they can slide up. Fold just once or so to be tight on their arm. So we're not going to have that, okay? All right, my friends, and of course they need this part, I don't know how I call it in English, but to be strong and thick, okay? And they have to slide up while they work on the garden. Otherwise it's going to be very hard for parents to wash those. The other thing, they also need to be those colors, dark green, dark brown, dark blue, dark ones, okay? To be easy to be washed. Okay, all right. So now is the last, it's about our pants, okay? Our pants is to be straight, okay? What it means is straight. It's not 100% straight because our children are gonna be slim, right? But in a reasonable way, gonna be straight according to not to be too tight like some they sell, they narrow down. We're not having that, and we're not having boot cut as well, like going up. We're not doing that. We're doing it straight in a reasonable way, maybe from the knee on or so, going towards the end. That's how we're going to use. So here gonna be strong, and we don't need pockets. No, we don't. Okay, until they are what? For boys, all the way. We don't need pockets. Why they need pockets for? Right? They don't need pockets. So they don't need pockets at the back. They don't need pockets at the front. Okay, we're trying to figure something out what the girls gonna have during their period. Instead of selling pants for girls, what we're going to do. So this company is Wrangler. I have some pants from last year we're going to still use. Okay, what happens is we are going to have all young children. We are going to have here the knee, that patch, that extra patch right here in all jeans. Why is that? Because jeans is a very strong material. It's stronger than fabric, because when they lose their color, they lose just a little bit and even. So we are not going to lose any pants, for a year. So we can use pants, because some children have their spurts of growing, all right? And we are going to give the pants that doesn't fit anymore to thrift stores, right? So this is very, very important, okay? So we have zippers that are gonna be reused, very strong zippers. And when the pants one day they get bad, they're going to be reused over and over, right? Okay, so they can make new ones. So no pockets on the front, no pockets on the back, no advertisement, nothing like that. Inside, they're just gonna say, approved Peace Company. They're approved. And they say, we're gonna have nothing of that's needed, because every clothes we have, they're washable. They need to be washable. Okay? And jeans don't need pressing. All right, we slide on, and after a few minutes, they're fine to go. So this one is what? 2% spandex and 98% cotton. So that's really good. In the future, going to be all 100%, because you're not going to have spandex. We don't need that, right? To be fit, because we are going to actually cover the hip, right? Okay, with the exceptions of the teens and young adults that didn't marry yet, that's the only exception. For some special events, they can use tucked in clothes and things like that. All right, so we are going to have the code of the company as soon as they, for each county, state. I think the best is state, because they can share, and we are going to see, because some counties are really, really very populated. So they're going to be making new pants and offer them in seasons, like other things that we're going to need. Offer them in good season. I think that it's really reasonable before school starts. That's really a great opportunity. What still fits, what doesn't fit, people need more or not, so every child will have theirs, okay? So for the first 2 years, we have to wash our clothes every single day. Why is that? It's for germs, for virus, for bacteria, because as I said, people are going to come from different countries, people that not used to sun, they have worms, they do not have good habits of trimming their nails, washing their nails. So to be safe, my friends, to be safe, every single day you wash your clothes with good soap and water and hang them all. Okay, to be sure we are not going to spread germs, bacteria, virus, worms, right? Or even germs, because some germs can become bad. All right, we're all gonna be healthy with the time. Taking sun, eating healthy, and boost the immune system that way. All right, as the companies get sign up with us, you know, they're gonna send their paperwork, everything that's asked always. Everyone gonna send one email with all their paperwork. Their families need to be registered, right? They need to have all the required, plant some food as well. Everyone need to plant some food to be sustainable, right? For their staff members, they work there. Okay, so we don't need that. We're not going to have belt. We already talked like that for a long time, so we don't need that. But we do need very, very strong, very strong. I have my kids' shorts that last forever because they're very well made, you know, so we are going to have good inspection, make sure they're very well. They use very strong strings, right? Sewing strings, and with very well complete edges and places like that. All right? So we're also gonna need a good place like for the cut, you know, what's really reasonable, but we are not going to have pockets. Adults gonna need pockets. Okay, adults gonna need pockets. I think just one side, we really don't need two. Okay, and adults gonna have the hook for their home keys. Gonna be inside one of those, on the right side, just one. Okay, so with a small pocket for the key to slide in. So we are safe 2 times. So we are going to have the hook right here, inside hook, instead of outside for belt, it's gonna be the inside, and a small like this one. You know, you see here, a small pocket and a small one, only for adults, because kids, they don't have keys. The parents have to be home when they arrive. Parents or grandparents, if you know, a few minutes apart, they have to be home when children arrive. They cannot be having keys, not safe. We already talked about that. Parents and grandparents only have the keys of their house. Okay? And we are not going to have keys hidden inside pots, inside plants, behind bushes, or under mats. Nothing of that is safe. Okay. All right. So we are going to have a small pocket. You see, nothing of that's allowed. You see here? Nothing of that. Oh, let me already said, that's another rule. When we slide and comes out like this one, it's okay. If it slides but does not get off, you need to cut, properly cut, okay? These buttons are not going to be pressed like this, gonna be sewn. So we can reuse the same buttons over and over and over along the centuries, okay? All right? Because that's the most sustainable for everyone, okay? So they're gonna be very strong, and in metals, very strong metal, so they won't be pressed like that, because it's one less work for us. They're easy to take out, you know, and be sewn when one day the pants won't be good anymore, okay? So one day when the pants won't be good, if it's possible, we just cut, take out very carefully, take out the old patch, the knee patch, if they get ruined or ripped, and put a new one. Because those pants, my friends, can last for decades. If they're really well made, very strong strings, we can even make them now with some synthetic, you know, not 100% cotton. You know, so we have a lot of pants for everyone, while we still have them anyways, right? Okay, so they will last forever. Okay, So here, those patches, we're gonna really, you know, those tiny, very small scissors of tiny point. So the people gonna cut, take that patch out, the knee patch, and put the new one. I believe until the end of what, maybe end of 4th grade or 6th grade. I will give an answer after, because we want children to really play, as I said. All right. Now, we are going to use pants only on winter time. That's it. All right? So I didn't find shorts. I didn't purchase shorts yesterday. I went to Walmart. Didn't purchase shorts because they were not available. And it's forbidden to use khaki shorts. They get stained, and in a few days they're not good anymore. Okay? And it's forbidden to use skirts for girls. We need shorts and pants. So, in cold places, we can use for the winter months, and I think 4 more weeks. But after that, we have to start being strong with our immune system. So we're not going to, oh, it's more comfortable, oh, look nicer. No, for school, use shorts, you know. Write the line above the knee, so shorts gonna be here, right on the line, and we don't need any of that. But for winter time, yes, we can use pants, okay? All right. And as I said, I think 4 weeks more, okay? So can be 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after, depending on the what is established for each county, okay? And we're not going to change that because some counties get really cold already, right? And it's not sustainable to be using that. Okay, so we are starting to get strong with the time, right? So we have to produce less of these things. Okay, all right. So we are not having clear jeans. Why? Because gets dirty, gets stained. We're only going to use dark jeans that now it's very easy to make. We're going to use the chemicals we already have anyways, with the machines we already have anyways, the factories machines, right? Okay, we are also not having, you know, some pants, they have lines here made in purpose. You know, I don't know even how they do, but they press, you know, to be wrinkled in some places. It's forbidden. We're not going to have that. We're going to have plain fabric, strong all the way. This is because I have some wrinkles because I didn't wash yet. Okay, so here, you know, all these we're going to keep using what is really strong to make them really thick, and also here, you know, for the button to be really strong, nothing left over, just in a reasonable size. All right. The other thing I can say, so it's forbidden to have marks in clear colors because, I don't know, they bleach out or something. It's also forbidden to have drapes, right? You know, not like I'm exaggerating, but I'm just showing you. Some people have the jeans itself, it's drapes. Amazing how they do that. A lot of chemicals and machine, I guess. The other thing I have to say is that it's also forbidden because some people are already making these new styles. Forbidden to make any new styles, not needed. Here by the knee, they make a pinch, a sewn pinch like that, you know, on both sides. They're making this right now. The center is regular and the sides, it's forbidden. Nothing of this is needed, not sustainable. You know, we don't need those. More machines, more time, more people working on those machines. Everything is not needed. Okay. We're also not going to have any tape like that. They're not needed. We're just going to have that. That is good, reasonable, but we don't need any drawing. We just need simple. Here gonna be Peace Product. That's it. Okay, the company is already registered. The information of the company gonna be inside and not outside. Here's just the basic. The number, you know, the number. All of them gonna be straight, right? Because nobody gonna be chubby. Nobody gonna be chubby. Okay, people that have their clothes, they're gonna slim down quick and purchase their new clothes. That's how it's gonna work. They use what they already have. They have to go to school up to 14th grade. They have to go to school. Everyone needs to study. They're going to use the clothes they already have. That's it. We're not making clothes for chubby kids. It makes no sense. Okay? All right, so here will be not big like that. I guess maybe just 4 centimeters or so. I think that's going to be really reasonable. Okay? And just with the basic information, the size, and after that, this is not needed. Just for the 28 weeks, because it's easy for people to look the pants, because people now going to need a lot, right? And after that, everything just going to be inside. Okay, we don't need that, we don't need this. I think, let me see, because this one is with the pocket. Sorry, we're not doing here. I think we can do right here, because when it's folded for sale, to be easy for people to look. So we don't need any of that. No tape, no that, only the top one. They can have a little sewing, a strong machine sewing somewhere, and done. Small and easy. Okay? We don't need any of that, it's not needed. All right, so let's talk about the inner tags. So here, gonna be just, I think, one tag instead of many. We just need one, like this one here. We will have the information of the company that already registered, so they can put Peace Wrangler, for example, okay? One name, not two. So for the other one that is Wonder Nation, they have to choose. Instead of Wonder Nation, they can just put Nation. Peace Nation, for example. All right, first come, first serve. All right, so gonna be, right there, gonna be written. Peace Wrangler, if they approve, of course, just telling you how we will do it. And then they're gonna say where they were made, right? And during the 28 weeks, we can keep shipping until all the counties, every 2 or every 4 counties, depends how populated and how much they will need, they're gonna have those companies making clothes. But for now, once we already have, let's keep using where they already are, okay? And then gonna be just the basic information, where they were made, and that's it, all right? Okay, and of course the size, right? Regular, every clothes gonna be regular and straight. Okay, all right, my friends. So we're not going to have any pocket, no small pockets, no front pockets, and no back pockets for anyone. Okay, so that I'm done with school clothes. Everyone gonna use shorts, exception of winter time. So we learn, because we know that winter gets really cold, but we have to learn how to live with it, right? Or move to a even warmer countries also have their winter months. Sometimes it's on winter, sometimes it's during rain. But we're gonna figure out, and every country gonna have it properly written. Okay, my friends. So thank you so much. I appreciate. And please, if you work in any company, if you are an owner, you're already gonna start doing your best registration, and already doing the products that they are, have all the inspections for proper sewing, check everything so they will last forever, okay? Because that's our objective. As I said, I still have clothes for my kids that they are from the last year. Why? Because they have no stains and they're maintained. If they're not very faded, kids cannot go to school faded. So right now we need some that is cotton with synthetic fiber. All right, so the other idea is also to have this, but instead of plastic, we're just gonna have cotton, okay? That's another idea, instead of sewn to it. Jeans, because they already have the machines that already sew them. You know, they have this very strong machine. It's different than shirts. But here, that's very sustainable. Okay? All right? And we don't need any printout like that. We don't. During the 28 weeks, we're going to do what's the most sustainable. In this case, here's already printed. Stay like that's fine. But on a future, yes, we need a cotton tag or synthetic tag, one that will last, or printed. I really don't know which one going to be the most sustainable for the future. But for now, we can do as we can, you know, just to be sustainable for now, for these 28 weeks, for us to sell and send to all countries, all families, and then we're going to stop international shipping. Okay, so this I showed you here because they already have those very strong machines for jeans. That's different machines used for shirts, all right? Collar shirts. Okay, my friends, we're doing really great, and I talk to you soon. Thank you for your participation. Okay, my friends, so now we are going to talk about our notebooks. All right. We are going to have brochure, right? We already have been talking about that. You know, we can use the other notebooks if you don't have those. But if you already have brochure, we're going to use brochure. All classrooms. So I think 80 pages, 80 sheets, it's really reasonable, you know, for the school year, okay? Because we're going to do a lot of outside learning games, and we're not going to do much notebooks, right? So we are going to laminate a few games and, you know, a few cards for rainy days and learning games, but we're going to do a lot of outside games. All right, so here we need the lines, right, that we can keep the same. So school lines a little thicker, as you see here, right? Let me get my ruler. So it's about, you see here, a little less than 1 centimeter. You see there? A little less than 1 centimeter. Oh, sorry. Okay, I got focus now. All right, so it's about 8 millimeters. But for university, it's narrow. Don't have anyone to measure right here, but it's narrower. Okay, so this is good. Not too big, not too large, just a regular. Let's figure out here. Okay, so our notebooks gonna be about, I think, can be 18. Right, this is 18 centimeters. Let me think, because you cannot write much. They need more space. So let's do 20. I think 20 is the best. Okay? All right. So for all children up to 8th grade, because high school can already prepare for college, and they can already have the narrower pages. Okay? So here we have 18, so let's go for 20, okay, 20 all around. Now, this margin here, see this margin here, right now it's on 2.5, okay. Let's keep on 2, because we don't need that much margin, all right. And afterwards, we're not going to have this line at all, all right. We're going to do the Waldorf style. We do 1 centimeter there, all around, 1 centimeter, all around. With first grades, they use crayons, and afterwards they can do special lines, all right? And some notebooks can be used for 2 years. We're gonna talk about that afterwards. Once they have the information there, okay? And every child can choose only 10 notebooks at a time. As they grow, they're going to choose which ones are the best. They can choose a few. They can keep a few, but never more than 10. I think that's really reasonable. And as they grow up, of course, they cannot keep the little ones. They have to Keep the most beautiful ones, recent ones. Let's say up to the last 4 years. Okay? All right. So we are not going to have these lines as I needed. So children gonna measure with their fingers the paragraphs, right? Okay, so that's really good. The other thing, the plastic, this one I purchased was very good. The plastic is good because they are good for outside. If the tables, our picnic tables, a little damp or the weather a little damp, they are protected. They will last for a long, long time. And they are very reasonably recycled. Okay, so we do not need this tape. You see this black tape here they have? We don't need that. We're not going to have that, and we're not going to have anything like that. Okay, because they're not needed. They just need the barcode. All right? So the barcode, we have to see how we're going to do it. I think if we just stamp on the last page, just stamp on the bottom, I think that's the more reasonable, and people are going to check them out at supermarkets. Instead of having tape, billions of notebooks for all countries, they just open up and ring the last page is the barcode right there with basic information. How many pages? The same as here. So they have how many pages, the company that produced them, they can even put who is distributing them, what's the papers made from, if it's 100% recycled trees or not. Okay, so we're not going to have any other company. We're just going to have the Peace Company. They have to be honest where that paper is coming from. It's 100% from recycled, not because that's not our main interest anymore. Recycle, it doesn't mean that's sustainable. They use so much chemicals, so much bleaching. That's all not sustainable. Our main objective is to tell where that paper is coming from. It's from trees made, grown, only for paper, whichever paper it is, toilet paper, notebooks paper, book paper, or the other paper we need. That's our main interest, where that fiber come from cotton. All right? Okay, so here gonna come the stamp. With the barcode and this basic information on the last page. Done. All right. So when children are going to write, they are going to start writing in black pencil that is thick and not so dark, so their pencils don't have the erasers on the bottom. We already talked about that. They're going to be simple pencils like that. Okay, black pens, they're going to use very good erasers. Forbidden to make bad erasers. This that ruins the paper, doesn't erase them properly. All right, so we are going to have this corner cut because if they are already making like that, probably because it's sustainable. Okay, all right, they already take a little bit out. So every children, they're going to first grade and on, they are going to have this, with exception of, I think maybe 2 of them going to be white, plain white, all the grades, because they're going to write some and make also some drawings. We're going to tell which one's going to be lines and which one's going to be plain white for more artwork, because they also need to draw, and it's important. You see, children from Waldorf schools, with all these things they create, they are so capable. It's amazing how many things they can do later in life. They can do straight lines. They have, with all the hand knitting and things they have, it's very, very important for them to have those arts and that are sustainable, of course. Okay, so I talk about no tape. Look, because here is sewn in a way, you see, we don't need tape. It's one piece. You see the back page? It's already one piece, so we don't need this because we're going to be really careful. Nobody gonna bring books back and forward. Parents gonna go to the school 4 times a year to see what their children are making, proper meetings, parents meetings, and see, okay? So no one is coming, bringing things home, not even sometimes, as I said many months ago. All right, okay. Parents go to the school and check them over there. So they're going to see their essays, their texts, everything properly written. Okay, so we are going to have different colors. Okay, we are going to have, because that is sustainable. Okay, I bought 2 of each because I have 2 boys, so 2 of each. Okay, and I just couldn't find 2 green, couldn't find 2 yellow. So it's easy for children, right? For now, it's very reasonable and easy for children. On the future, we don't need that variety of colors. But now, we can get for everyone for 2 years, from the organization launching day, for their school year. Why? Because we're gonna need them a lot. It's easy, so we have to focus our time instead of looking, which one is for what, but just for now we can have them. Yes, we can, but on a future we're going to see what's the most sustainable, because it can even be hard cardboard, in the future. But for now, let's do like that. We have plastic available, already get it done, because the main thing, my friends, is for us to have notebooks for every single person. We need what? We have almost 8 to 9 billion people. I would say close to 9 billion people in our planet right now, because many can't be properly counted. Okay. So everyone gonna have different subjects, even adults. Imagine if everyone needs 5 or 6 different subjects, notebooks. Yes, we're gonna need, okay? For the adults, for the university, we're trying to use the binders. They have proper division in paper or in plastic, because if it's plastic, they last for decades, right? Plastics like that, division, tabs, right? Do you know the one that come a little bit out here and then one out here? So they have like different subjects, 8 different subjects. I don't know about high school though, but the university for sure, binders will be the most sustainable because they're plastic, they last forever. Okay? All right, and then they just have to add new paper as they go. As soon as they finish that subject, they put them together, right, with staple, or they can even do a lace here. The ones they don't need anymore can be brought to recycle at their own schools, and the special ones they want to keep, if it's no longer than 4 years, they can keep the special ones. Why 4 years? Because we have to keep renewing. Unless, of course, they already finished their doctorate. Then it's different, okay? They finish their doctorate, they can keep the ones from the university. That's different. But for the school, we don't want children in high school giving value to books that they did in first grade, second grade, because we have to keep moving on. So things that some people gave value before, that was such a good book, I did a good notebook. Look at that, because in Waldorf schools we have that, right? We keep them for many years because they're so beautiful, but we have to renew, okay? All right, so up to 4 years, no older. No one gonna keep even that they're beautiful. They have, because in the future, they're gonna give value to their children's book and go into meetings and things like that. On the last day of school, they bring them home, okay? All right, so agreement done. Let me see. Yes, so we are doing 20 here, right? Because that's also a way of saving, because they can fit, so 20 centimeters here, right? 20, I'm working and doing the same. I just have one hand for this to show you because the other one is holding the cell phone. Okay, so here it is. The other thing, all the rulers are going to be, now we can make in plastic, in wood, whichever you have in your country, because they're going to last for decades and decades and decades. The only ones for geometry need to be really, really well made, because the wood, with time they get a little dirty, we're going to sand them a little bit, right? But we're always going to wash hands, so we're going to sand them only once a year. Once a year, we're going to sand them a little bit and very fine, because look, if people wash their hands, they're going to last forever, right? Okay, and we are already not printing anything. It's forbidden, to print any other type of measurement or make any letters that are not English, words, not English, or letters in other styles, or numbers in other styles. None of this. We're just going to keep everything from now is mandatory, even that the company didn't apply yet to be a peace organization, but you already start, my friend. We have to move on. So everything that you can already start, let's do it. Okay, so I already talked about the pen, but let's say a few words. That's the pen we are going to have. Simple, you see, clear, but we are already going to make the ones that are refillable for future use. Okay, so we come here. You see this little thing here? All right. So let me see if I get enough light. Oops, sorry, it's a little blurry. Okay, we got it. All right. So you see here, it finishes before the top. This blue little thing, instead of having a hole in it, gonna be closed, this blue little cap. Okay. The top of the cap right here, this part, gonna be easily removed, not hard. The ones that used to be made many years ago, so it can be easily taken out. So it just, maybe they can be a tiny bit, and it's forbidden, of course, to take them out without a proper need. All right, so we're going, high school students, gonna inject the paint, they're gonna make their own county with blue or green, because we have a lot of indigo and we're gonna have a lot of chlorophyll to make ink. So we can make blue and green. Every county, or even both, because it's good for us to be sustainable, right? Okay. And even red, we can make some red as well, right? We have beets, we have, because we have to think about future millenniums. We cannot just depend on one plant or two, such as indigo, for example, for blue. Or other flowers we can get blue as well. So let's think we can have 4. Brown, blue, green, and red, right? Or orange from turmeric. So 4 colors, 4 or even 5. I'm going to think about that, but that's reasonable, right? And we fill them over and over and over because they are sustainable. And the same for the color pencils. We have to find a way that we are going to reuse them over and over, right? We have to think about that. How we are going to make them, which classes are going to make them, which wood we have to plant, because they're not coming from other countries, third world countries, people getting $1 a day to plant those wood. No, we have to give value, my friends, and students, middle school, everything to be reasonable, right? Because in the first grade, they have so much to learn, but they're going to start learning what they have to plant, and start talking about them and sharpen them just a little bit, enough to be good to use them, and not sharpen too much so they can break and break. Never let them fall on the floor, so the inner paint won't be cracking, right, along the way. Okay, so let me just finish here about the pen. So you see this inner straw here, I'm gonna use the word straw, but you see this inner thing? Instead of finishing right here, oh, they're gonna stop right there and be perfectly tight with this cap, this blue cap, okay? So when they inject with syringe the new ink, that's gonna match the color of the cap. So let's make 5. Yeah, I think it's, for us to have, learn different things. All right. 5 or 4, I'll tell you an answer afterwards. But 4 for sure. Okay, so they're gonna close the ink right there. Oh, the ink gonna be placed like that. At the end of the class, they're gonna be placed like that. But of course, using the cap. My friends, all my life, I think very rarely I lost a cap. Because if I drop them on the floor or something, I put them back on. We have to give value, my friends. Many people, for example, I know in Brazil, because I was born in Brazil, but we give value to things. Now consumers got to many countries, but a few decades ago, we used to give value to everything. Even when you sharp things up, you don't want to sharp them too much because they break. And I went to Waldorf school, we gave value to every tiny thing. Even when they broke out, we kept them. Yes, we're going to keep. Why? Because you get these little pieces of, how you call when you break this, Salo? When you break the little, if it's a point broken, you can come and you can color the sky, you can color the land, the grass, you can use them horizontally. We have to give value, my friends, to everything we have. We gotta stop these consumers. This is evil practices in our planet. Because God wants us to have things, but for us to use in a reasonable way. So that's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have different caps, right? And we're gonna keep them like that at the end of the day. And for the pencils, color pencils, we're gonna keep them on the other way around. We're gonna keep them facing forward. The end of the day, the end of the class, each class, we're gonna put them all together. All right? Okay. So we're going to stop throwing pencils away. That's another rule. It's forbidden. We use and use and use until they are really tiny. I use them forever. Okay? Older children, not elementary, but older children can have the pieces. Yes, until they are 4 or 5 centimeters, they're easy. We can still draw. We can still write. Look, this is about what? 10 centimeters. I still use them. Look, 8 centimeters. 8. We still can use them. Okay? And I use them even here. About 4 centimeters. Not for writing, because for writing, you need that support. But you can, use to underline, because it's forbidden to use highlighters. We are going to use our colored pencils for highlighting, for underline important words, such as vocabs, new vocabs that are needed, or when they learn about nouns, when they learn about adjectives, so they're going to use the same as Waldorf School. They're going to use different colors for each, underline or highlight with colored pencils. Okay? All right. And each country gonna use for the pens, because we cannot have to loosen of ink, right? So some countries, I don't know, I'm just giving ideas, but maybe aloe, maybe shea, maybe flax seeds, whichever you have in your country, to make them a little gluey, to become what? To become pencils, to become ink for pens, all right? Okay, so we're doing really great. And here for the companies, such as that one, we don't need any, we're just gonna need here the barcode, the barcode or the price, right? And so we can purchase now. In the future, they're gonna be points. So they're gonna write already how many points are each item. Everything. So we're gonna need Barcode and points. How many points to purchase a new one? Yes, we need. Because everything like this gonna last for decades and decades. Children need to wash their hands. No one gonna have long nails. Everyone gonna wash. They come from outside, they work outside, they plant, they took early morning sun. What they're gonna do? Wash their hands. So we're not going to have any of that. Here we just say the name of the company. Let me see this one. This one is Fiskars. Fiskars. So what's gonna be? Gonna be Peace Fiskars. Because Fiskars, I think, is a good name. I have nothing against it, right? Doesn't sound negative. Okay, Peace Fiskars. So gonna be here the name of their license, right? The country they are, because not going to be Fiskars in all countries, right? If they're Fiskars in all countries, they're approved, they're gonna have their own license. So they're gonna have the country name, and I have Peace Fiskars. So let's try here. Let me get a little piece of paper so we can try. So here gonna be the name, Peace, because they're registered. And here, the name of the company, right? They're gonna stamp. Okay. And then they're gonna have the country name, right here. And with their license number, all right? And here, I'm just putting, because on this case it's narrow, we don't have much space, but depends. If it's closed, gonna be long, right? Like that, the information. For close tag, the inner tag, gonna be like that. All right, so here you have the name, Peace, the company already have. If it's a bad name, you have to change. So for example, nation, Wonder Nation, right? Because they're sold by Walmart. But let's say you can still apply for that. So we have the country name. Which one already applied? This country, that country, all right? So here have the company name. Here's the country name, all right? Country name. How many Peace points? Peace points to get that item new, okay? To get that item new. For the used items, I think the best would be maybe already here, right? For used ones, because for clothes, I don't know about that. I'm gonna tell you afterwards if it's used, okay? So we're not having this. If it's long, you can use like that. I think for everyone, we can do long ways, because then we have a pattern for everyone. All right, so what else we need? The country name, the Peace name, how many Peace points? Oh, sorry, the Peace points is the last one. Peace points. For new, maybe we put at the same place. And for used, yeah, maybe right here, okay? Here, we're not doing Peace points. Here will be the, oh, sorry. We need the new, but we need the price for now. So new have two things. The new is the price. So this ruler maybe was what, $2 here? But in Brazil might cost much more than that, you know? Because here's what they do here in the United States, you know, I don't know how they get things so cheap, but in Brazil everything is very expensive. All right, so we get the price, they're sold, new in points, how many points, and used in points, okay? Because we're gonna have many things that are sold. And we need the company, I think the barcode, I think I can put here the barcode, right? For clothes, I think that's reasonable, gonna be inside. And for objects can be printed, right? Or a little paper, we're gonna avoid the stickers the best we can. Okay, so we have the barcode here because right now we're gonna need, right? Barcode. And on the future, we're gonna have people ringing. Right? We don't need all these machines going to be canceled, the barcode machines. And what else? On the future, we're not going to have here barcodes anymore. Country. And then the county on the future or state. I think state for now. Okay? because in the future, depends on what they are, they're going to be a county. Every group of county going to have a code. For example, for some special things, we can use 4 counties. You know, some are a little bigger, some are a little smaller. I did that like this, okay? So they will have a company, they can share items. You know, things that are not used so much, but like clothes, each one gonna need their own. Plant their own cotton, make their own clothes. Plant their own cotton, make their own clothes. But like for construction and things can be statewide, all right? With many counties sharing those machines, all right? Like here. Okay, my friends, we're doing great, and I talk to you soon. I appreciate your attention. Okay, my friends, so now we are going to talk again, keep going, about school materials. So what we're going to have, it's like, because we need books, notebooks, books approved, right? While they're not approved, you use the ones you have. In English, already start teaching everything in English. It's mandatory. So we have to start. Schools already have to announce, parents, we're doing English, okay? All right. But they're going to talk a video about that soon after. All right, so here, the school going to purchase everything bulk. All right, they have what? They have 500, 2,000, how many students they have. Right? So they're going to purchase materials in bulk. Parents that can, gonna pay and already donate for others that don't, okay? Other families that cannot afford. Because we have to remember, some parents, it's not because they're not working, they're lazy. No, it's because they get a little bit. And sometimes not even because of their study, they also study. But some countries are like that. Their teachers' salaries are so little, and some people get rich because they sell disposables, they sell fast food with a lot of disposable bad food. They get rich, they get millionaires, right? They become rich. So we're learning how to share. So how are we going to share? So right now, school's gonna purchase everything bulk. Gonna purchase the notebooks with lines, the notebooks with white plain paper. Okay. All right, so in bulk, the best option you have, we're gonna do a great evaluation. So if you already have it out, this tape, this black tape, already purchased. If you have plastic covers, you know, or very thick, if it's plastic, can be soft like that. But if it's cardboard, need to be thick to last, you know, without bending, you know, so we can do really the best. Okay, you need shelves, you need furniture to keep all those books. Every teacher after 4th grade, we're not going to have a class teacher anymore. We're going to have subject teacher. So children are exposed to different teachers, very important. So up to 4th grade, 5th, I don't know yet, I tell you after, but up to 4th grade, it's one teacher, class teacher, all right? One couple. For 2 couples, sorry. One for all things related to math and things like that, you know, depends how good they are, because we need good teachers, my friend. We cannot be teaching teachers while they're teaching. That's not right. So they're going to have 2 couples. I think that's the most reasonable. So how we are going to share that? So the couples that are assuming for these 2 years until from the organization launching day, we're going to see what they have the best. So each school going to see what they can share. So if they're really great in math and science, okay, they keep math and science. They're really great in English and science. So you're going to give what they're the best with. Okay, so for countries that they're starting to learn English, so you can have teachers that do not know too much to teach them on the early grades, right? From 1st to 4th grade, that's fine. But you're going to have the best teachers here, of course, for high school. And if you have still many, you're going to have middle school. And of course, invite families from other countries to teach English, because we need really, really great English teachers, right? The best as possible. Start, put the ad, advertise, make ad on those countries that are cold. They have to move anyways, my friends. Put advertisement on those states like United States, on all the top north states. Advertise, say, look, we are tropical, subtropical country, and tell that you need teachers. All right, when they come, you're gonna see what the best teachers you have. Okay, so let's do, because 5th grade elementary, so we have all the elementaries together. No. 4th grade. We're gonna do until 4th grade, not 5th, because 5th gonna be part of the middle school. All right. So we have 4th grade elementary, and then 5th to 8th middle school. All right. Okay. So we're doing great. Right? So we have 4 and 4. All right. So you're going to see they're arriving what they know the best to share. Right? And then you have some other, and also some art, what they can share. Okay? Because you're going to have other main teachers. What are the other ones? Handwork. You need art teacher. So you're going to see the couples that you have, what they're really great with. Because simple things they can learn as they teach, such as watercolor, clay modeling, knitting, all this type of tapestry that we're doing to be sustainable, that's okay. But for English, math, science, you need the ones that are really great at middle and high school. And here they can learn with their students. Okay? All right, my friends. Of course, depends. If it's math, here, 3rd and 4th, they also need great math teachers. All right? Because children really smart, and English teachers. Okay? All right, so you're going to do the best you can and keep hiring. Send. So we know already Canada, Alaska, Russia, all countries, states on North Russia, United Kingdom, Scotia, how you say, Saulo? Scotia. All those countries gonna be gone. We are not going to have any of those. So advertise on those countries because they already know English, okay? All right, hire them, invite them, give great opportunities, help them with housing, get the parents, see who has house for them to live, give them a house with a deed, get already, hire those teachers, because as soon as you already have school for the families that are already attending your school, we have to make room for many more families that are going to be arriving from those cold states and cold countries. Okay, my friends, we're doing great, and I talk to you soon. All right, so here let me say a few words about clay modeling, knitting, watercolor, carpentry. You need those teachers, right? Let's go back to our paper. Where is it? Here. All right. So you need all these arts, right? And what else you need? You need materials. So what you're going to do? You already purchase everything, the best you already have available, because you need them, all right? So if you have clay, you need sustainable clay, natural clay, really good clay. Knitting, cotton, 100% cotton. If you need beads, right? Beads, get the beads, all right? To last forever. Wooden beads, okay? Strong wooden beads with different sizes. For preschool, you're going to have thick beads that they cannot put on their mouth. They can use them. 4 or 5 years old, yes, they're already using beads. Different shapes, okay? I don't know, I'm just giving some examples. All right, big ones, all right? Okay, because they have to start learning these things. The beads they're going to be using over and over and over. They're not going to make actual bracelets or necklace to bring home and play with. No, This is to practice coordination. So if you have in your country different colors, you can already use them. Okay, already purchase them, and you can even dye them differently with beads, with turmeric, whichever you have in your country, with dirt, right, for brown. Dye them in different colors, and that will be great. All right, so you need materials for all the families that are already attending. When you advertise to other countries, make sure you already advertise that you're receiving families and you're receiving teachers, so they get motivated to already move, because we cannot wait for the organization launching day. We have to start right now the best we can. So already invite and tell them, look, we have 10 apartments, 3 bedrooms, right? One for all the girls, one for the boys. If you're willing to adopt children in our country, have a lot to be adopted. If you're willing to adopt, we have opening for 10 families. We have opening for 40 families. If you have housing for them, already receive. So this teacher couple here, married couples, focus on married couples that can prove they're married. Okay, that they prove they're married. Because that is, and with children, at least 2 children, start with them. Give priority for those couples that are already married for at least 2 years and they have at least 2 children. Okay. And already tell them they can bring their friends over, because you have what? You have 40 apartments, or you have 100 apartments. Come on, talk, and talk. If you have reasonable housing for them, they can already bring 40 of their families that they trust, the best as possible, of course, right? Okay, if they're willing to adopt children, have a total of 8. We're still on the 8. Okay? All right, so if they have a total of 8, that's what we're doing. So what you're going to do? All right. The other thing you can do, if they're willing to remodel those apartments. So let's say you got 100 or 1,000 apartments, right? Or 500 apartments. Okay, so you got an owner that's already rich. They got 500 apartments. Let's think positive, right? So 40, 100, 500, whichever you got. So these teachers, you're going to advertise in different places. Go on Facebook, go social media all types. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, already talk about your school. Show how beautiful your school is, that you need land, right? You cannot invite anyone if you don't have a lot of land. That's important, okay? All right. So you got the families, and they can bring 40 or 100 or 1,000 families if they're willing to adopt. So if they have 2, if they have 4, whichever they have, they can complete to have 8 total children. So they're going to teach at your school. They're going to give children and teens to your school. They're going to be filling up all these teaching positions that we talk about, right? From math to English to arts to everything, okay? All right, what you're going to do? Renew life, and maybe even open another school. So this is school with your basic students. How many you're going to have? So you're going to see, you need grade 1 to high school. That's mandatory. So we're going to have many schools. Instead of like United States, they already select, they separate elementaries here, middle school here, high school here, preschools here. We're not doing this anymore. We need them together, all right? Together, and also preschool, because for the residential communities that are close by, their children are going to attend the school as well, okay? All right. All right. So you already have from preschool to high school. What you're going to do? You're receiving 100 or 1,000 families open, right? From different countries, right? You cannot accept everyone from one country because that's not good. So you're going to contact China. They have too many people. You're going to contact refugee camps. You're going to contact people from Canada, Alaska, Russia, Great Britain, already said. All right. Finland, Norway, all those countries that we already talked, they're too cold, not sustainable, cannot live like that. So what you're going to do, you can open another school nearby, another county or same county, with other 10 department directors. Okay, other 10 department directors. So you already have your 10 here. 10 department directors here, people that you know. You're not getting department directors or people you don't know. Focus on the families you trust, on the families that you already have, for years. They have their points, they got the position. And then you open a new one with what? Families that you already trust get their positions. They cannot be too old. Why is that? They need to be up to, I think we said up to 54, right? Up to 54, 55 years old. Why? Because they're going to work for 10 years. They're going to stay in that position for 10 years. So they cannot be too old because they have to retire. So they have to, not 55. It is 54 because they are going to retire when they are 65, 65 years old when both couples. Right now we have couples that are married with many different ages. That's something else. But on a regular basis, on a future, everyone going to marry what they're really close in age, right? Up to 2 years. We said that the man can be up to 2 years older. All right, so we're doing great. You open a new school as soon as with a lot of land, with 10 couples that you trust, that your families, the families that you already have for many years, that you trust. From those you trust, the ones that get the most points, the yes form, or the health documents, okay? All right, that's the way we're going to do it. All right, the other thing is from the families that you are bringing in, from other countries, they need to pass all these things. Yes, you're going to focus on healthy people, my friends, and sustainable families. You're going to bring sick people? No, because let the sick people for later. They take care of themselves. They have to be healthy. Focus on who got the best points of yes. So if you open for 100 families or 1,000 families, what you're going to do? You're going to also check their yes points, the peace points, right? I say yes because we are still practicing. The yes form, it's for the peace points forms. All right, they get their points, the previous points, because we don't want to mess up with the current peace points going to be in a piece of paper. All right. They pass all their health exams. They don't have HIV, nothing of that. They are healthy and strong, my friends. Okay? All right. You're going to give them the best you need. And they're also going to purchase themselves spirulina, chlorella, everything they can for sun. They can also use, right now that we can use synthetic long sleeves to protect against the sun, and they can use sunblock for their face. They can also use coconut oil, right? Good oil. And they need a lot against what? Against mosquitoes, they're not used to. Against the sun, they're not used to, right? Okay, this is something else, but I already said a little bit about that before in previous videos. They're going to do the best they can. So they still have 4 weeks to arrive at your place. What are they going to do? They're really going to work out. Boom, boom, run, every day, tum. Families, children, teens, to boost their immune system. They're going to eat salads, a lot of colorful, healthy things while they give all this paperwork. All right, the families that get all this paperwork done first come, first serve, they go to complete their school that you already have and start the new school or new university, whichever you have, okay? So do it, my friends, do it, because if you already have one university, easily you can get that license because the peace license is going to be as soon as possible. But already get the license for another university. If you already have license for preschool, easily you can get another license for another preschool to attend another residential community. That is right there close by, right? Okay, so when you get those teachers, you're gonna serve the one you already have your license and a new one. And also for new couples that can open up, they already have the degree, they already have know how the paperwork, they're gonna apply for what is possible, okay? All right, my friends, here's Goiana Ferreira from Florida, United States, with great tips for us to renew humanity, have housing, education, food, and clean water for everyone. Great? All right, I talk to you soon. Okay, so when you're taking out the tapes, it might come apart like that, or might come straight. You see it's a little piece. I'm just gonna show you here this little piece here. So you come and get the tape on the top a few times to get any excess. I can't do that because I'm holding the cell phone. But that's important. I know many people know that, but some people, they don't. So you use the tape itself and keep sticking to it to get the leftover. All right? Okay. And of course, if you're buying already in bulk, make sure you already ask the company that you don't need all that stuff. You don't even need the barcode on the back and everything I said before. That's for if they're selling, for places. But we are going to have our materials purchased in bulk. Already go to supermarkets, whichever, like office materials, and search the best company you can already contact in your country, depends what it is, and get a few options and contact them, see the best prices, which ones can do these things, like this one, for example, they have a tiny cut here on the side. I think that's really reasonable. I don't know why they do that, but it's important. So they won't get bent easily, they can be used over and over and don't get, the things that start to flip when students and teachers are not careful, all right? Okay, so contact a few, see where they're coming from. If they are made in your own country, give, of course, priority to them. Talk about the peace program, and see the best option you have at your own country, okay? And which ones don't use the tape, which ones have a few color, or they can also be hard cover, cardboard, like this one is a hard cover, okay? This one, we're not going to have any information, fill up children's mind with things that are not needed. None of that is useful or needed. We don't need any of that because they're already going to know their schedule, okay? All right, what we need is this. We're not going to have this red line in any size anyway, so contact them and already have the best option. This is a good option, cardboard, if they are strong, not the very thin one, all right? But like this one, it's thick, it's reasonable, okay? And because you don't need, if they have color, that's fine, because as I said, for these first 2 years, we don't want children to be thinking too much. Colors can be useful, okay? But if you're gonna purchase plain, like already without color, that's fine as well. Get a flashcard, and you're gonna paint the flashcard, very gently in one color or another, depends what you teach your children. So, like for example, some until 4th grade, end of 4th grade, the same teacher gonna have a few different notebooks, right? Some with lines, some white, plain white, okay, like in Waldorf schools, all right? And you don't need any of this information. You just glue, if it's, of course, not plastic, but if it's this, it's good because they can have their name, right? they won't be falling over, right? So I think that's the most sustainable. I'm very sorry because we're improving as we are doing things. Because here you can easily put a flashcard, right, with their name, color a little bit, right, until 4th grade you color them different colors so they know which ones to grab for each class you're going to be teaching, because each couple going to be teaching a few different classes up to 4th grade, right? We're trying to focus in 2 main teachers, right, the best as possible. Okay. With exception of arts and PE, so they will have 4, total 4, no more. So up to 4th grade, we're going to have what? Total of 4 couples. That's the most reasonable. So you have to share everything they already know the best, right? And to be teaching, share everything, 4 couples, no more, including PE and arts and handwork and all these things. Okay? All right. So here it is. Why? The cardboard will be better. Yes, sorry. So here's improvement. It will be better because you can write the child's name, the grade they are, and color a little bit in a little flashcard like that. Because if we have a plastic, how are we going to write the child's name? Unless you already have. If you already have, that's fine. If you have a good deal, yes, it's fine. Because 1 permanent marker going to write the name of your school. 1 permanent marker, not 100. Okay? So that will be reasonable. If that company with plastic already have them, with color, without color, that's fine. You purchase 1 or use the one you have. So we have teacher's name, their last name, right? The grade, the subject area, and the child's first and last name. Okay? All right. So you can write here on the top. Let's always focus on the top. Okay, everyone gonna have clean hands. They're gonna be great. So that's what it is. If you have cardboard, you put a flashcard. If you have plastic, you purchase 1 permanent marker for the whole school, 1,000, 2,000 children, that will work. Or keep using. Don't throw them away. If you have permanent markers, you're going to use them for those needs. Keep a few. During your 2 days cleanup, keep a few, okay? All right, my friends, you're doing really great. Please subscribe right now, make a donation right now, because we need our Peace educational sites all the way from preschool to university here in Florida, right? Gonna be our piloting plan to go over all these details and, because here we already have books in English, everything in English, people already speak English, and also 1 piloting plan in Brazil, okay? So please make a donation right now. Go to our videos and check which way is the best, most sustainable we can do right now, right today. Western Union, Walmart to Walmart. We have PayPal and another one I forgot right now. Okay? MoneyGram. Okay? Those options we have right now. They're all money transfer with the exception of PayPal, that's online pay. Okay? Check our video and make a donation right now. Please keep sharing every day. Work 1 hour for the organization and 1 hour for your English, right? To improve your English. All right? I talk to you soon. Thank you. Okay, so now let's say a few words about pajamas. Pajamas for men, women, children, teens, young adults, for everybody. We are not going to have pockets. They are not needed. You see here? Not needed. No back pockets, no front pockets. Nothing of this is needed. All right, we are not going to have tape. We already talked about that. It's very unsustainable. They're just going to have a tag sewn, right? And if, depending on the country, for this 28 weeks, or a stamp. like we saw on the shirts I showed you earlier. So if they already have something, they can use. This company here, for example, they are stamping, you see, because it's a straight fabric, they can stamp. I believe even that's a little fuzzy stamp, they can stamp bigger, because that's all we need. We just need a piece, the name of the company, right? And the count, the information I gave you before, right? This information here, right? This information, that's all we need, right? And the barcode gonna be in a little piece of paper like that, okay? But the age for that short, the size of that short, because we're not going to have different sizes. Children keep going, adults, that's it. We're not going to have, different sizes or chubby, clothes for chubby people, no obese, we're not going to have that. They use what they're ready for sale, they have to lose weight in 28 weeks and have clean, regular clothes. Okay, so here it is. So what we're going to have, so we don't have that, no pockets, no bunch of elastic like that is needed. And we can have capri pants. I think that's the most sustainable. Soft fabric, right? That's reasonable. And capri pants, because then it's not too cold, it's not too hot, because we're learning how to be sustainable and good for life, instead of having a lot of winter clothes in the winter and a lot of shorts in the summer. We don't need that. We need something to learn how to handle a little when it's too hot and handle a little when it's too cold. So capri pants for everyone. To sleep. All this conversation is about pajamas. Okay, that's really reasonable. The other thing is for the top, the shirt. It's a t-shirt, soft fabric, okay, soft fabric, and also can be like a middle sleeves, right? Not too hot, not too cold, so we can handle. Can be a half sleeves up to the elbow. I think that's the most sustainable, all right? Because then we can, as I said, we can handle if it's too hot, and we can handle if it's too cold, to prepare ourselves for future centuries and millennials. Can handle things and don't run all the time to turn the AC colder or turn the heater warm or things like that. Okay? All right, so we have to handle the weather. Okay, so here I think the most reasonable is, this way they tied up, in a way that they cannot enter, but they can be reused over and over and over and over. All right? So when they finish, when one day this fabric is really not good, because this can last for many, many decades. Many, many decades. No one gonna stain them. We're not going to use bleach anywhere, right? We're just gonna keep washing and washing and washing. They're not going to be ripped because they're pajamas, okay? So that's really reasonable. Okay, so we have here the lace tied up in a way that we can undo one day when we are going to make a new fabric. They show online really just doing it quick with one hand because the other one is holding the cell phone. All right, so here it is, okay? We are not having elastic. For now, for the 28 weeks, yes, we can use them because it's quick, Okay, my friends, so here, let me say a few words. Elastic that I said, do it for now until you become a peace company. Everything, even, I was not clear before, but as soon as each company becomes a peace company, they have to do things on a proper rules and guidelines, okay? So elastic, whichever you have, but as soon as possible, already make the strings, as I'm saying. Didn't do properly, but they're made with both of them, and they can tie and untie, open and close, and they're safe. They won't go inside. They need to be a little longer here, not so short. This one is what, about 5 centimeters. So after the knot, is being made. I saw online. So need to be about, I think, 10 centimeters long after the proper nut that rolls a few times, you know, to be sustainable. So they never will slide inside. And first I thought that I mentioned that they need to be bulky at the end with a big knot, but it's not. They need to be thin so they will easily slide inside, okay? Because the person going to be sleeping. We don't need elastic. That's not sustainable, okay? All right, what we need is for the shoes, the sliding shoes we need for now, all right? And we're also going to use the most sustainable shoes. Going to talk about another time with time. But for now, we need proper closed shoes. We have a lot of fire ants. We have places that, you know, going to be bringing soil from one place to another. We have no idea what those soils have. They might have heavy metals. We don't want heavy metals. You know, children playing barefoot. We don't need pieces of glasses and all these things. But that's another video. Excuse me. Okay, so I don't want to forget. So we have, during school weeks, we are going to eat 4 salads a day, 4 meals a day, with exception of the little ones that I already said they have 5 meals a day, right? Okay. Up to 4th, end of 4th grade, they have 5 meals a day. All right, during vacation, we can have 2 salads a day, right? But then we can have vegetables and things like that because everyone's going to be healthy and still playing outside, having fun outside, all these things we already talked. Because if they have more protein, such as eggs and things like that, they most likely don't even need 4 meals a day. But the children still, up to the end of 4th grade vacation or not, they still need 5 meals a day, okay? I think for vacation they can have 4 because some of them can get up a little later, right? Relax more and can have 4 meals a day. Mandatory 4 meals a day, even for children up to the end of 4th grade because, you know, they're gonna be skinny. We want them strong and healthy and keep eating. Okay, that's very important. We have to keep eating. The other thing is important for us to say, it's about sun exposure. In some cases, happen that the person gets very hungry afterwards, but it's not because they get hungry, they are dehydrated. Because usually, when we go to the sun, the tendency that we don't want to eat much, but we have to eat. During these 28 weeks is very important. We have to keep eating, okay? We have to keep eating. Not too hungry, but keep eating the raw salads and the protein. Very important, okay? Because we need to keep eating. We're going to be working a lot, doing things we're not used to. If the person is drinking water properly when they're outside, they will won't be hungry, but they have to keep eating, okay? All right, so if you're hungry or not, during these first 2 years of the organization, it's very important to keep eating. Vacation or not, keep eating your 4 meals a day. All right, even that's a little less. Try to have consistency on your hours because even during vacation days, because that's gonna keep your immune system in a good levels. All right, because you still need the vitamins, minerals, everything, protein, everything. Okay. All right. The other thing is for until we have everything well established and to plant and we are going to say when is a good time for us to start being outside barefoot because children can play a lot barefoot like they're already doing in many countries. But until we get really this soil really properly made, checked, I mean, sorry. Okay, so the soil that is from pots, we have to strain them, make sure they don't have styrofoam pieces, because many add styrofoam to soil. we have to strain them really well, so they won't, with time, they won't keep going. We use the soil, dry, and make sure all these spots we're gonna empty out from many houses in many countries. At least United States, they use a lot of styrofoam. And for places that the children gonna play, we have to sift them, right? Strain them really well before, if they're good before or afterwards. But we have to make sure they have no glasses, make sure where they're coming from, right? For those places. If they're coming from construction, old construction areas, they can be used where construction gonna be, because if they have little pieces of trash or little pieces of glass or little pieces of anything, right? We cannot have children hurt, my friends. We need to be 100% safe. And that means for everything we do, including where the children are gonna play barefoot with time. Now, after 2 years from the organization, I think, it's a good establishment. 1 year for sure. 1 year straight, no barefoot outside for any reason, anywhere. Even in countries that children were already playing barefoot, they cannot be barefoot now, as I said, because dirt gonna be coming from different places. We have to check, and strain them really well before they are put on schools, community areas, and places like that, okay? All right, talk to you soon. Thank you. Okay, my friends, this is something else. When you purchase your clothes, or the ones that you already have, take the tag out, you see here, but take it on a very safe way, because some tags are sewn with the clothes, like this one here, you see, are sewn with the clothes, so you cannot take it out completely. Just cut off, not this one, because this one has the number, right? But like the ones that just have the company. In this case here, you see, in this case, so I took it out in a safe way because I don't have that tiny scissors to cut, because this one would be safe, right? It's not sewn with an important part of the clothes. All right, but if you have that tiny scissors, go ahead and take, I don't have right now, so take everything out. Why? Because our objective is not to focus on name tags, is to focus on what we need. We need just the size of the clothes, okay? All right, and when one day we have the piece tag, and then you keep, because it's just gonna be the basic information, not going to be that long, just gonna be the state, the country, the information I already gave you before, right? This basic information here, right? It's not even going to need the tag anymore. Just if it's new, how many points, if it's used, how many points for everything, all right? And the previous name of the company. The companies can have their previous name if they're negative, if they're positive, and if they're negative, they can already have the street name, right? First come, first served, because some streets gonna have many producers, commercial sites. They can go use names of plants, names of trees, natives, and edibles, right? As we already said before. Things that, rocks that used to have on the area, things that used to have like positive. No names of animals, nothing extinction, and also no new names for animals. But we can focus on plants, rocks, flowers, trees, things like that. I think is good, and the street names. All right? Okay, thank you. So we're gonna have a pattern, right? Thank you. Okay, the other thing is what to do with clothes that already have pockets. That is something, right? So you already purchased because that's what they have. You already have it at your house, but the fabric is good, So what you're gonna do? If it's safe, because some, like this one here, they are part of the main sewing. No, that would be okay to take out. That would be okay. Maybe we have some sewing couples, right? Taking the ones that are safe or just closing here. They close this part entirely, right? And they won't have pocket. And they will take off the inner fabric pocket. Because we don't want children. Children sometimes put things on a pocket and seeds and bring them home or toys. And then the parents see and then gonna take time to bring it back. So children don't have fabrics. And depending what it is, you know, the ones that are approved, it's approved like this one. No sense to throw good clothes if they are good, right? We just can have local companies closing all those pockets. And on the case of this small one here, just take it out completely because it's not needed. It's not part of the main structure. You see, not part of the main structure of the clothes. So it's completely independent mini pocket. Take it out, all right? And with time, you're gonna make all these. High school students can do, adult education, everyone gonna be helping and bringing from their own homes clothes that need to be fixed. And everything new, as soon as they already have their notice, they have to start making new ones. They cannot make any bad ones, right? Okay. They need to do things on their proper way because, you know, they can wait a few days, get the materials they need, and from the tag until the sewing, everything already, make new ones. All right? For the back pocket, so let's say here a few words about the back pocket. So, the same way, look, this one, they're not part of the main structure, the main sewing. You see here the pants? Not part of any main structure. So what we're gonna do, we can take them out completely, very carefully with those tiny scissors, you know, as we're gonna show, and or just sew the top so they are locked, okay, so they are not a pocket anymore, but properly sewn. But for everything that we can take out, this one is very easy. You see the points, the sewing points? Very easy, carefully, we can take them out. The easier ones we can send, you know, like I said, to high school and adult education can take. When the name is sewn to the clothes, that we have to take out somehow, you know, very carefully. For example, here, might be those types of knife gonna cut right here the center and leave the little part. Otherwise you have to sew and it's not needed, okay? This is easy because here, for example, it's out of the main sewing. The main sewing is this one, right? And, but the top, yes, it's not part, you see? Sorry, here. It's not part of the main sewing, so that will be easily taken out. We use those tiny scissors, very carefully with the point, cut one, jump one or two, cut one, jump one or two, and here's the same, cut one, jump one or two, and then just slide the strings off, okay? Because you're not going to have any of these on the new ones, and the old ones, that's how we're going to fix. Okay, for belts, let me see here. Yeah, they're not part of the main structure. So yes, we can easily take them out. Okay, easily take them out. So family's gonna be bringing them a little bit at a time, and we're gonna say details how that's gonna be made to be safe, because we don't want people carrying bags all over on a daily basis. So every family gonna have their turn, right? And they're gonna be doing their own. So we're gonna take those out, and one of them already gonna be part of the inner, the female pants, right? The mother is also gonna be carrying the keys. But I think we can have for the fathers as well, right? Because, no, I think it's the mother. Yes, the mother. Woman pants gonna have those things transferred and sewed inside. The thing is that we need very strong machines to sew jeans like this one, okay? And when we can, you see those mini pockets? Gonna be also transferred to be sewn inside, be inner pockets. And it's okay if the sewing will surpass the front, because everyone's gonna be wearing long sleeves anyways, okay? All right, we're doing great. And I'm gonna tell you afterwards how we're going to do these mini pockets for dresses, because we still have to carry the tags. I think we can give to the husband, right? Because the husband for special events also gonna have always gonna have a social shorts or long pants, okay? So adults, the male, also need the inner tiny pockets and the inner key holder, all right? Okay, my friends, you're doing great, and we come up with some more tips soon. Thank you. See you soon. Okay, my friends, I really appreciate your attention, and thank you so much for helping us to make all these handbooks, right? And I see you soon. Thank you.